We live in a world where everybody wants to get rich quick, and thousands of gurus on the internet are supposed to tell you how to create a multi-million-dollar company within 1 year.
If you got a 9-to-5 job right now, you're poor.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. You can get rich fast, but you can't get rich quick and easy as these gurus tell you. Still there? I know it sounds confusing, but let me explain. Yesterday I picked up the book The Millionaire Fastlane from MJ Demarco after like 3 years, and I've read it all in one breath, and I forgot how great this book is. What this book gives you is an outspoken, cynical advice on how can you get rich quick, but not easy, and it explains black and white the reason why most of the people never reach wealth or even live on the brink of bankruptcy. Ah, you're wrong, come on, everybody's rich and has a great life. On Instagram. So in this video I want to share with you what I think is the real and only way to get rich and wealthy in a short period of time, and I want to do this by giving you first some background on money thinking and then by giving you the roadmap to wealth that this book suggests. And in the end I will also give you some specific examples of type of businesses that you can start. So the first good news is there is a way to get rich quick, don't worry, and it doesn't involve scamming people. So if you want to get rich fast and you don't want a false promise of a guru, then stay right where you are, because in the next 10 minutes we're gonna find out the real way. The basic message I want to give you is, if you want to get rich fast, forget about the get rich slow way of making money, which is go to school, graduate, get a good job, save 10%, invest in the stock market, max your 401k, then one day when you are like 65 years old, then you will be rich. And forget also the get rich quick schemes of the gurus, like create a landing page and start selling a course on how to sell a course, although you don't know how to sell a course, and in the meantime take some photos on a Landy Lamborghini for your Instagram page. Instead of that, you have to create a system which will give you full control of the outcome, the work and the time that you spend, leverage to earn much more money that you will ever earn in a lifetime with a normal job, and the possibility to retire early and enjoy passive income, even when you sleep. So in 2 sentences, as DeMarco would say, ignore the get rich slow roadmap, go for the fast lane. Sounds good so far, right? But it's all about process, not events. Even though we like to think that self-made millionaires made their money because of a lucky event, they actually had to go through a demanding, strenuous process. We just usually don't see that. We never understand the whole process behind the event, and therefore we usually associate wealth with luck. But all events of wealth are precluded by process, trial, risk, hard work and sacrifice. In a nutshell, process creates events that others see as luck. So the first important concept that we need to fix inside our head is that there is no result without effort and no success without sacrifice. So now I ask you, are you looking for money or wealth? Or both? Well, but this is a serious question though. Wealth stands for 3 things, none of which is money. For DeMarco, for example, wealth is based on 3 pillars. Family, as in meaningful relationships with friends and family, fitness, as in being healthy and physically fit, and freedom, as in freedom of choice. Money comes into play only to provide us with the number 3, freedom. So the real wealth is being able to enjoy friends and family, being physically fit and healthy, and being able to do whatever you like with your life because you're financially independent. And if you have money, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, live wherever you want, eat whatever you want, and travel wherever you want. So ask yourself, what is it that you're looking for? Is it a rich lifestyle? Is it the freedom to cultivate your passions and hobbies because you're not tied to a regular job? Money is usually the highest motive for young people, but try to reflect on who you want to become or what you want to have thanks to the money before pursuing it. In order to understand how to get wealthy, you first need to think like a wealthy person. And this is probably the most important message that all books about money teach you, including this one. As long as you don't think about money like a successful person, earning more money will not make your life easier, and you most probably won't reach your desired financial destination. So now, basically there are 3 roadmaps to wealth according to MJ Demarco. The sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. Understanding these 3 ways of thinking about money is essential to be able to create wealth. Now let's start with the sidewalkers. The sidewalkers represent at least 75% of the population, and they are the people that live for the moment. They don't plan their future, spend most of their salary on material things, and usually want to have more than what they can afford. Their goal is basically instant gratification instead of long-term delayed gratification. Now the slow lane is already an improvement compared to the sidewalk. It's based on the concept that you have to study, work hard your whole life, save as much as possible, and then when you're 67 years old, you're rich, and if you're lucky, you're still alive. Cynical, eh? Well, that's the way it is. Basically, the sacrifice of today in the hopes of a brighter future. Now, the slow lane is already an improvement compared to the sidewalk, but being tied to a normal job for 5 days a week, you still don't have the freedom that enables happiness in life. But don't get down on yourself yet. Many people that created a system to become wealthy did so while keeping a normal job to pay for the rent and their bills, and at a certain point they had their breakthrough. So now let's come to the interesting part, the fast lane. This is, according to Demarco, and I strongly agree with him, the only way to achieve wealth in a short period of time, where short means not 6 months like gurus tell you, but a period of time between 2 and 10 years. So how does it work? First of all, you need to build a system that you can leverage to generate an amount of money that grows exponentially without you having to increase the time invested exponentially. If you think about it, a normal job is based on a linear money-time equation. You work 40 hours, you get $500. You work 80 hours, you get $1,000. You can easily see that you quickly reach a limit that is given by the number of hours that you can invest in work every week. And also your salary is going to grow, but it's not going to grow so fast in a short period of time. And it's definitely not going to become millions. So to achieve this, you need control over the variables that you'll use to leverage this growth. And don't get me wrong, none of these systems can be created without investing an enormous amount of time and work at the beginning, the so-called process we talked about before. The fast lane might be fast, but it's not a shortcut. There are no shortcuts. And this is the difference between the fake make money easy and the true and possible for everybody make money fast. So what do you need to start driving on a fast lane? First of all, you need to reshape your life's focus on producing, not consuming. Stop wanting the last smartphone, stop wasting your money on restaurants or on clothes, and stop wasting your time, which is the most valuable asset you have. Instead, move your mindset from consumer to producer. Get to the other side where people create something for the market instead of consuming what other people have to offer. This is by far the most important thing that you need to fix in your mindset if you want to become wealthy. So now let's ask ourselves, what is actually wealth in a person? Wealth comes from two variables, your net profits and your asset value. Net profit is what you get by selling a service or a product. As you can see, to achieve wealth, you need to be able to sell something to people, be it a physical product or a service. Asset value, on the other hand, represents the value of your business and the value of what you purchase with your money power, for example, real estate or stocks. So first you need to create a business and make it grow, making it become a valuable asset that produces net profits. After that, you can either keep owning the business to generate more net profits or liquidate it as an exit strategy to obtain the asset value, which you can then reinvest in other assets for passive income and financial freedom. So now you might say, okay, Rick, it all sounds great, but there are so many people that start a business and they end up working 80 hours a week for 50 years and still have less money than people on a corporate job. So the question is, why are there some successful businesses and some unsuccessful ones? Demarco explains it with the so-called law of affection. The law of affection states that the more lives you affect in scale and or in magnitude, the richer you will become. Affect millions and you will make millions. So the first step through the fast lane that you need to take is to brainstorm an idea that you know will affect many people or will affect them strongly, or both. So remember, scale creates millionaires. Magnitude creates millionaires. Scale and magnitude create billionaires. So now you'll say, oh wow, I didn't know that to become rich, I need to create a business that makes me rich. What a great discovery. Well, this book cannot tell you which business you should open because it depends on your goals and your interests, but it does give you an overview of possible business fields that are more likely to work as a money tree and give you passive income in the future. Some of these fields are a bit more difficult to enter, like software systems, distribution systems, or real estate, but still nothing stops you from creating a nice app or buying real estate. Nevertheless, there are other business fields that are much more easily accessible to everyone. One is creating a content system or system of information. This is my favorite and it's definitely the one that is more accessible to everyone. You create a content system by putting your knowledge on a particular field available to the public. You can start a course on something you're passionate about and you have knowledge about, you can start a YouTube channel, or you can start a blog. Whatever passion you have, there is a way to put this information, this content on the internet and monetize it. But remember, there are no shortcuts. Creating a content system means putting in a huge amount of work for months, often for years, before seeing any results. But the only way to achieve greater things tomorrow is to be willing to put in greater effort today. Creating a content system is, in my opinion, the best way because of the ease with which you can create a website or use platforms like YouTube, Skillshare, or Udemy to make your content available to the public. And you can basically choose whatever passion you have because there are always going to be people in the world that share the same passion that you have and they're going to enjoy the content you offer. But apart from content system, the book also offers another possibility, which is the human resources business. Basically, starting a company with employees. If you have a particular passion or interest and you can't or don't want to explore on the internet, you can still start a physical company. At the beginning you can be alone, but at a certain point, if you want to expand your business, you're going to need to hire new staff. Now, there is an important concept here, and it's also written in the book. Employees are usually necessary to expand operation over a certain threshold, but you always have to be careful because they can cause you to work more or less. So let's say you did some brainstorming and you came up with an idea for a business. How do you understand if this idea stands under the world of the fast lane? How do you understand if you're going to be able to grow its value fast enough? MJ Demarco offers 5 commandments of which your business idea should fulfill as many as possible. Otherwise, it doesn't even make sense to start it. So let's see these commandments, and remember, your idea doesn't have to fulfill all of them. But of course, the more, the better. The first one is the commandment of control. You need to be in complete control of your business. Even my YouTube channel violates this commandment, because in this case, my boss is YouTube. The best would be, of course, if you create a business that is completely yours. But still, you can also start with a boss to get some experience and start your own thing later on. The second is the commandment of entry. Try to look for a business that has some kind of high barrier of entry. It can be knowledge, money, contacts. What you want is you want to reduce competition as much as possible. If you start finding millions of videos and courses explaining you how easy it is to enter a business, then assume that it's going to be really hard to win against the competition there. The third commandment states the following: instead of doing what you love, do what other people need. Now, I kind of find myself in contrast with this for one reason. It's true that money comes from what people need, not from what you love, but it's also true that if you don't do what you love or what your passion is, then it's going to be really hard to do it and follow through instead of giving up. Because no matter what you intend to do, you're going to find so many obstacles in the way, and if you don't love what you do, you're going to give it up at some point. So to find a compromise between my idea and the one of MJ Demarco, please don't be mad at me, we could say that you should find something that you love and you should find a way to create something of value for others within the thing that you love. The fourth is the commandment of time. Once developed and mature, your system or business must be able to produce passive income. If you create a business that always needs you, then you will always have to spend and invest time in it, and this is not what you want if you want to reach financial freedom. So in an early stage, you should already start thinking if your idea is something that in the future can become a self-running system. An exception, of course, is if you create a normal business, you make it grow, and at some point you sell it and use the money to invest in something that will give you passive income. And that's actually what MJ Demarco did. Now, the last commandment is the so-called commandment of scale, which is basically the law of affection that we've seen before. Basically, you can become a millionaire by creating something that impacts people enormously or that impacts many people. Magnitude or scale. Magnitude is how much value you provide per person that you affect. Scale is how many people you affect. So, beautiful people, in this video we described the road to wealth according to MJ Demarco and his book, The Millionaire Fastlane. I really hope the video was clear, that I could give you some help or some value with it. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and ring the bell so that you will be notified of future videos. And of course, if there's a book or a topic that you'd like me to explore in the next videos, just drop me a comment below anytime. So thank you for coming by today. I wish you a great evening, be productive, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
What's up, YouTube? We're doing a live debate.
The formula for a cap rate. Can you define what a cap rate is?
So let's talk about real estate for a second. Let's two things.
No. Define the formula of a cap rate. Do you know what a cap rate is?
Absolutely. Cap rate
is
it's like ROI in the stock market. They call it cap rate.
No, it's not.
It's very similar.
Actual formula for a cap rate.
All right, John, can I say one thing on real estate?
Ty, you cannot teach a real estate course, and I love you, bro.
John.
But you cannot teach a real estate course if you can't tell me the formula of a cap rate.
Who teaches my real... I don't teach my real estate course.
Oh, come on.
Wait. What are you saying?
That's incorrect.